What's happening, Kyle Postaway, aka Malker here at Big Kitty Games. Um, did fix a little bug that showed up yesterday. Haven't patched it in yet, but it's not a big deal. It's not actually causing any problems. It's just the facilities are showing up twice in the crafting recipe window. Not a real problem. I think I will go ahead and push that though. If things don't go as expected today, I will push just that as a patch. I'm looking to get into magic torches that we were talking about yesterday. Kind of already got most of the system working. Just need to kind of set up the interface a bit. Got this one knuckle of mine that's been hurting for like 2 weeks. Feels like, I wonder if I like fractured it or something somehow. I don't get it. Why it still hurts, but let's see. Fixed double crafting facility recipes. Stage all and commit. And I didn't have any hot water in my hot water pot this morning, so I haven't been able to make my coffee yet. But all in due time. I can hear it bubbling in the background. So, kind of one of the first things we want to do, really. Should only take a second, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go to prefabs, world encounters, caves, decorations. Where is the glowing mushroom? So he's even got a capsule collider on him. It is a trigger, it's fine. So we're going to add harvestable, let's make this an herb. Yeah, I think herb. And we're going to need to make a new resource. Entry for it. Our current top is 337. Let's put it down. Maybe we should put it down with the herbs. Herb. Down here. Let's say glowing mushroom equals 338. Current top is now 338. And this is going to make these guys harvestable. I'm going to need to make an item template for them as well. But that is it. Everything is set up to just grow and expand on its own. Glowing mushroom. Cannot be rare. It's not basic. It's not edible. Minimum reward 1, maximum reward 1, I think. Just 1 each. This is going to be, let's say what? Plant reward multiplier, I suppose, if we're making them herbs. And that is it. Now, we just need a item template. Put it under resources for now. What is this? Fur 1. You're just fur, aren't you? So it's 338. So hit enter. Glowing mushroom. Item code. Glowing mushroom. Don't need that. It's going to be a resource called glowing mushroom. It's not necessarily magical, but that's what we're planning to use it on. We're going to do magic torches with these guys, as we talked about on the Steam forums. Let's say a small glowing mushroom with magical properties. And let's see, we're gonna want a picture for it. Let's see if I've got one that would fit nicely or not. Then under food, maybe? Glowing mushroom. Pizza. Herbs. Could turn one of these blue. I really need to make... Oh, hey Goofy, hey Stop Nut. Sorry, I was looking at Twitch chat again. How's it going? Doing good myself. I need to go make coffee here in a second. Let's see. I'm just gonna drag this in here for keepsies. Maybe we'll use that one. Maybe not. Flowers, fruitage. There's some cool stuff in here. I don't think I've gone through these. Mushrooms, there we go. Kind of looks like these guys. Hi, kitty. What are you doing? Meow. Come and see us. This kind of looks like the same. Just see if we can get it to a better color. I think they're kind of greenish. Sort of like that, actually. Can turn the gizmos off. Whoops, I zoomed past it. Sort of sky bluish, actually. There we go. Save this into assets. Sprites, items, PNG, glowing mushroom. Simple as that. And now I can mark it as a sprite, because they default to textures. Mark the thank you for the like. Tried not to mispronounce your name there, so I just ended up not even saying it. Sorry. Glowing mushroom. Alright, so now we should be able to actually pick these guys up. I do, of course, have some caves we can jump into, so let's give it a quick try. And then those are going to be an ingredient into making the magic torches. And the torches, I'm thinking we're going to give intensity. Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Grinding through the roadmap. Let's see, any mine will do. There's a ruby. Here we've got a mushroom. Tier 1 glowing mushroom. F to harvest. Oop, that did not work. Let's see. It's not very small, is it? Even though I called it small. Glowing mushroom, 1/1, plant reward. Looks fine. What happened? So, when we go to harvest these, they're harvestable objects. Right. One thing I do think we need to set up, actually. Let's see. When the encounter gets spawned, which I think I moved under World Encounter folder. Cave Marching Cubes. Let's see. I want to spawn, let's see, it's wall decoration. I actually want these to be resources now. Let's see. So we've got these different methods for setting up resources. Hey Richard, how's it going? Thanks for the like. So basically we're spawning these as decorations right now, so they're getting spawned the same as the stalactites, stalagmites, stuff like that, and they actually need to be set up with this spawned resources method so that this stuff gets assigned properly. Just don't quite remember where that happens. Should be under the decorate function. Here. Floor, ceilings, walls. Oh, here we go, decorate. Floors, ceilings, walls. Yeah, so it either tries to get a resource. Failing that, it tries to get a decoration. So really we just need to move the get random resource. We've got get random wall decoration here. Where are they? Wall decoration is just the glowing mushrooms. That's the only wall decoration, I guess. So we can actually change that to another resource stuff. Go back to decorate. Here we go. Northeast, southwest walls. If they go to decorate west wall, what we actually want them to do there, northeast, east, southwest, we want these to set up spawned resource, and that's going to probably want different input. Manager get, that should always give us a mushroom, and we don't need this, and we do need that, we don't need this. So we're going to change all of the wall methods to just doing this, and that should give us similar results. Let's save where we are right next to the mushroom and reload that after it recompiles. And oh, nope, still can't. Let's see. Still can't grab it. Let's peek at the... No, it doesn't want to show me that stuff. Harvestable object. So this, a lot of this is set to hide in inspector. Not nice, honestly. We just need to make sure that this guy's getting set up properly for the most part. It's funny, it's not giving me really anything at all though. So let's see. Better take a look at some of this. So assuming it's set up properly, when we go to harvest it, it's only going to let us harvest how much we've set the min-max to, which is 1. Let me actually look at that real quick. If harvest amount is less than 0, or amount to harvest is less than 0, which it shouldn't be. Harvest amount is greater than... who did I copy this off of? Should have toughness. Let's see. That could be a problem. Let's go ahead and churn some of these hide in inspector dealies off so I can actually look at some of these. I don't need you guys. I want to make sure that this stuff is getting set up properly though. I've actually never seen it do that, where you try to harvest something and just doesn't give any sort of response at all. You down? I think my cat just scratches on the furniture now to get my attention. So we've got remaining 1, toughness 1. World encounter is properly set. Looks like it's set up correctly. Am I like not in range here? Might not be. Let's do a, well, can we find another one that's easier to get? Maybe not. Let's just build a little ledge here. For me to stand on. Yeah, it's not grabbing it though. That's a bit odd. I'll bet I know what's going on. Let's see. I'm gonna save my little platform here anyway. I'm going to exit out and I'm gonna go look at the harvesting skill. So I think this, yeah, these are all, well, it should hit plant. Resource shouldn't be null. Oh, this doesn't want to, this isn't looking at triggers. I thought it did. I thought the other herbs were set to be triggers. Let's take a peek at them. Herbs, Fool's Mint is trigger. Harvestable herb, Sphere Collider is trigger. It should work fine. One step I'm missing here. I haven't added a new gatherable resource in a long time. So this is definitely working. Let's see, when we go to, let's follow the trail. Starts at player input. We've found a harvestable object. We are hitting interact. It's not a harvestable tree, so we're going to engage basic harvest, which is going to trigger this guy. It's going to cast array out the resource mask. I guess they probably do, yeah, it does count colliders by default, doesn't it? Let's double check that. I think by default they do. I'm just going to toss a debug in here. Failing that, it should get down to here. Floor to int remaining minus floor to int remaining minus amount to harvest. Remaining is going to be 1. Remaining minus amount to harvest. That should be 0, right? Let's compile that and run it as far as we've got so far. It's going to add the resources harvested. and destroy the object, supposedly. It's getting caught up some step here, though, somewhere. Hey, kitty. What are you doing? I don't have any... Oh yeah, we saved right here, so that's good. No, 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 no. What happened there? Okay, so it's not getting a resource. I thought we confirmed that the resource was set properly. Resource glowing mushroom. This is the basic harvest. Picking up. So we're not too far away from it, are we? Surely not. That's why I built the little ramp. We can go ahead and build it up a little bit more. No, that's not it. It's getting no resource. So is it... Well, let's just turn his trigger off on this guy for once. And... No, that still comes up as null. Resources set clearly to glowing mushroom. Why is he showing up as null? Wonder if the ray is getting weirded out somehow? Oh, resources mask, that's what it is. This guy's still on the decorations layer, so that's just gonna break everything. I forgot about that. And there we got a glowing mushroom. So, all we need to do is change... Let's see, where were those? World encounter, cave, decorations, glowing mushrooms. This needs to be set to resource. And we can turn this stuff off. Didn't actually even turn that on. Don't need you, don't need you. Those are all working as intended. Let's recompile. I'm gonna make my coffee real quick and chastise my cat. John, what are you doing up there? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? We'll just give that a quick double check. How does saving a player built structure on a multiplayer server dedicate to? Yeah, that actually is not a thing yet. I mean, you can save a player built structure. It'll just save it locally for you. What currently is not something that you can do is load a player built structure. So like if you download something from the workshop, you've got it on your computer, and then you're on a multiplayer server and you want to place it. There's actually no method yet that sends that data to the server for use. So sadly, that is not yet possible. There's copper. So I've got a glowing mushroom. I'm just going to save, and I'm going to make sure that that doesn't respawn right quick. Oh, you mean like just how does the server handle it? I don't use any databases. So I use JSON. That would be a terrain save file, and in it it's got a building data holder. So terrain is 1 kilometer of space. Within that there's a building holder that has this class called a structure holder, and this has building area holder within it. So this is like the structure, you know, the whole structure itself's basic settings, where it's positioned, its rotation, who owns it, stuff like that. And then the building area holders, which are right underneath it here. You know, when you move the building pieces around in the 3-meter steps, each one of those is a building area. And then the building area holders hold building holders. So they've got an east edge, a south edge, a center, and a floor. And those can be like, you know, a wall or a door. That's what the enumerators are here. So this is just an int, and an int. Telling what slot it's in, telling what recipe it is, some things like that. And it just organizes all of this stuff into a JSON file, which actually normally it would compress it on the disk. For workshop stuff, what am I trying to do here? Content. If you look at, for example, this is the storehouse with crane that Bella built. Is it going to freak out? Oh, it didn't even try to open it. That was weird. I was expecting it to open that. You're not even going to try? Well, it's basically just a big JSON folder, or a big JSON file like this. So this has all of that building area data locked into it. I could clean this up a bit. Even with that pretty big building that Bella saved, it's 116K. But again, that's uncompressed. If you compress stuff down, I'm in the multiplayer world, and these are all compressed files, and these are 8-kilometer chunks. So these aren't per terrain files. A single terrain file in here has 8 by 8, so 64 terrains inside of it. But they're all compressed, so you can see like the biggest one I have is like 325. I wonder if that might be 00. That's 01. So yeah, this is probably like right near the starting area where people have built. And this is a copy of the Big Kitty Games server. So there's actually quite a bit of stuff in there. But when you compress it down, which is basically just zipping it, it's actually very small. So then to reload that data, it just unzips it, reads it back in, and converts the JSON back into these C# structures, these classes, and uses that data to populate things in runtime by just going through and saying there should be at this area, this slot, this type of recipe. So it just goes through them all one by one. And it can do 1,000 of those per frame. And I was making coffee. I'll be right back. This is actually something I think a lot of the world doesn't have. I'll show you off my Big Kitty Games cup here, but it's just a single-use little coffee pack. You see that? Clips to the side, and it's got fresh ground beans in there, coffee beans, and then you just add hot water into that. It's just a single-use coffee. I don't think I've ever seen those in America. They must have them by now. They started making these like 10 years ago over here in Japan. And that's like how most people drink coffee now. It's just these little single-use dealies rather than the big pot of coffee. It's not instant coffee. You know, it's real ground coffee, but it's just a single serving kind of thing. Probably make $1 million selling that in your country if they don't have that yet. So, glowing mushrooms are working. Let's close all of this stuff down. We fixed that. So now what I want to do is... we don't need you either. We want to copy this recipe detail color UI shenanigans. This properly did not reload, so that's looking fine. So we can craft magical torches. So let's go ahead and make, first of all, a magic torch. I guess it's a facility. Where's the tool? I think it's facility. Let's go ahead and make a new... did that answer your question, Shark? Everything is just really position, and then you need to know what it is. So for that I use enumerators. Some people use codes, some people use strings, but just something that you can identify what the the 3D model, what the prefab is that you want to load, and then a way to save where that needs to be. Anything above that is just variables like, does it need to be blue? Does it need to have a shield? Does it need something else, So any of that data that you need to save, you just save that with it. And you can, save anything to disk, or you could set up a database too, of course. Maybe enchanted torch. And we're going to want to make a new item for this. Let's put it down. Facilities, yeah, decorations, I think probably down here. Let's say enchanted torch, and what were we at? 339, I think it was. 339. It's apart. Enchanted torch. There we go. Don't need you. It's gonna be... Yeah, I suppose it's a facility. Enchanted torch. An enchanted torch. These descriptions are always kind of like pretty self-descriptive, I feel, most of the time. A magically enchanted source of light. How about? And we'll get a, well, I'll just put torch on it for now. And we'll make a new icon for that here in a bit. Let's see, can change tier, can change rarity, how about? Mushrooms can't, but we'll make, we'll use wood or something like that. So you can make legendary torches that go extra far. Can be crafted, needs timber. Needs 1 timber, I guess. And that's going to use tier and recipe or rarity. And this is going to be woodworking, facilities. Let's go ahead and require the woodworking station. And we're going to have a second ingredient that's now going to be our glowing mushrooms. You only need 1 of them as well. And we're not going to use rarity. What's up, Turbo? It is morning here as well. It's supposed to be really cold today. It's actually looking pretty nice, though. Can be placed. Needs a wall. You think so? I think I'll clamp yeah, I don't think I have a way to set up minimum rarity yet. I think I'll just, set up clamping the distance and some of the settings based on the rarity. So we've got the torch item ready to go. We're also going to want to have an actual torch, which I think it's called wall torch for right now. So let's duplicate this guy. We'll call him enchanted torch. And I don't have a facility type set up yet, do I? Yeah, we do have, if you saw Bella's thing there, she's got, what are they called? They're not under decorations, they're under facilities. Should be under furniture. I know there's the lamp post, but that's got the whole post with it. I wonder if she just positioned that really nicely or what. I forget, I haven't messed with this stuff in quite a while. There's the wall lantern. Yeah, we could churn the tweak with those. Yeah, go ahead, Turbo. Not 1,000% sure I can answer all questions, but I can try. So we've got enchanted torch set up. We can change that too, if ever need be. And this is going to be a new facility type known as the Enchanted Torch. Equals 35. And this has to be used in a number of different places. I don't think I've ever once used edge, to be honest. What are these? Is interactable compatible? Nope, this should be false. What do we got here? Set it up. This is probably place facility. I've always just used Chrome. I mean, I don't really even use it. I just Google search is really all I use. What is this? Interact with facility. Let's see, where's torch? Well, yeah, this is going to want its own thing. Wall torch. We'll put it here for now. I'm going to leave this open though, because we're probably going to have to mess with this later. This is Enchanted Torch Facility Details UI. Yeah, that's not going to be enough because we're going to make our own new little interface. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. What else do we got? Setup. Wonder if it's doing that for torches. Shouldn't be. We'll see. Refine. Yeah, we're not going to be using that. Refining UI. Nope. Okay. Should be good. So now we've got torches we can craft and place and interact with. Now we just need the interface to interact with them. Every time I'm connecting to my server, the connection is well established, but there's you're talking about Solace Crafting dedicated server. The connection is well established, but there's no Solace, and I can't do anything because the F function is missing. It's not only not shown, it's without function, so I can't do anything with trees or rocks. There's no Solace. I wonder if you might need to have a world set up. And we can try this. So for example, I've got a world called multiplayer world, and in my server config file, currently I've got it set to look at this guy, so let's set this to be multiplayer world. I'm going to put this to 2. So this world I don't have in here. There's no world called multiplayer world 2. I've only got a world called multiplayer world. If I go to the multiplayer server and try to start that up, it's going to look for multiplayer world 2. World name, multiplayer world 2 not found. Generating a new. Did it do that properly? It did. Okay. That's what I was worried about. Maybe it wouldn't do that, but it looks like it did. So let's see if we can't. I don't think I'm going to be able to spot that. Oh, I'm on beta, so it kicked me. Let's see, Win64 beta. See, there's no Solace though, and the F key isn't working. It sounds like it's not actually connecting. Like you're loading into the world, but it's not actually receiving data from the server because the Solace is only on the server. When you start up a client to connect to the server, it doesn't load. It'll just load the ground and the resources. It won't load any buildings or anything like that. So if the Solace isn't showing up, that means that it's not actually talking to the server and it's not getting the startup server from it. But if you're not properly connecting to it, it should figure that out and yell at you. So I don't know why it isn't doing that. So see, I loaded in here and there's nothing yet. And there still isn't actually. That looks like a problem. Interesting. Yeah, it's doing that to me too. Interesting. Huh. The trees won't work until the server tells them to turn on as well. Downloading, repositioning, forces loading, saving new. Something is wrong here, definitely. Player Solace has finished loading. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. That's a problem. That doesn't matter. What is this though? I think there's a bug going on here, Turbo. So let me look into this for a minute here. Are you on beta or not, Art? Looks like there's a beta bug. 1 second, please. Might be a beta only bug. But there's definitely a problem going on with player Solace's something here. Finished loading, wasn't it? Let's see if I can fake that in here. Fake server force local start host. I'm going to do it in reverse and see if I can't see the actual error here in the Unity console. So I'm going to want to start the beta client up. Server's running. So my wife and I have some kind of appointment we have to go to today, so I'm only going to be streaming for another hour here. Load the scene. Start to connect. Got an error right away there. Well, and this is actually, yeah, that's fine, and no, this is going to work despite some minor errors. Failed to spawn server object. Is that enchanted torch maybe? Doesn't matter. I need to not be doing this default load stuff. Let's see here. I need to start a new world. Because this is what actually loads the Solace. Give me a second here. By default, this is set up to via the Start UI. Down around here, if we are generate the world if not present. I think it is. No, it's not using that, so well, it's supposed to use this here, but maybe it was. Okay, so let's just name it multiplayer test. So we should see that it doesn't understand, it doesn't recognize the save, and it generates it anew. Yeah, and it got an error there trying to do that at 2:47. That's understandable, but so this gets called at here. On a dedicated server, it doesn't actually load the world in, but the Solace startup is trying to access the initial terrains for it to spawn the starter Solace on, and that is not working properly. It's funny I haven't run into this in the past. I don't remember changing any of this recently. So let's do player manager finish loading. What I really want to do here is basically spawn the immediate area. I don't want to engage the watcher. Let's try just turning these off. That should allow this to trigger properly after the initial 4 terrains are loaded, which it'll wait for. And then they should turn off on their own properly. So let's close this down. I'm going to go ahead and just delete from scratch, what do we call it, multiplayer test. So it tries to make that a new. I forgot to take my medicine this morning. No big deal. My crazy pills. They're not crazy pills. I'm just kidding. Now, yeah, okay, that did what we wanted. So it loaded it, it built the Solace, it saved it, and then it shut it all down. So now I should be able to connect properly. So that was just a little bug in there. Did you try to make a new world art? Or did you, because I think what I've always done in the past is I've made a world and then I've moved that to being a dedicated server. So what this is doing is creating a whole new world using the dedicated server from the get-go. And that was not working, but it looks like it is now. So thank you for the bug report, Turbo Oparazi. I think I fixed it, so yeah, I will put out a patch for this right now. So you don't have to wait for it. It'll take about a half an hour to patch. And there was some other stuff that I patched in there already. Glowing mushrooms are now going to be grabbable, but torches don't yet work. Let's see, I want to test single player real quick. What was that error? Yeah, I think I don't want to push this build just yet. That's fine. Let's open up source control. Yeah, I think there was a bug in there. So, sorry about that. Let's push all of this to... Let's see, actually, how am I supposed to do this? Create a detached head. Was I supposed to pull a new branch out of there? What happens if I now... Oh, kids, get there. What happens if I just do that in source control? Do I have to name the head? I'm not actually sure how this works. Let's also put this as 7.8. Oops. February 17th, 2021. I need you to recompile once more there for me, please, Unity. But yeah, we're going to some... it's something to do with parenting. We're getting tested for like measles or something. I forget the English. Was it measles? There's something that's really dangerous for babies if the mom gets it while she's pregnant. Rubella, which I've never heard people. I guess you can get rubella and it just feels like a cold and you don't know it. But if you get it while you're pregnant, it can lead to problems. So they're going to test us for our rubella antibodies to see if we've had it recently and we have like up-to-date immunity. And if not, we're going to get rubella vaccinations or something like that. I don't know, because we're trying to have kids. So there's all this weird stuff. But the state, I think the state we live in like pays for all of this, and they're really actually really helpful. So it's cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I've had it twice, and so I don't know. They're like, first we're just going to go in for the test. They're going to take blood and like test our antibodies or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure I've gotten all my vaccines, but I don't know. Whatever. It's one of those decades old vaccines, so it's not something you need to freak out about. So not sure how this detached head business is going to go. What happens if I try to push this? But I can probably just revert all of that and then go back to beta. I do want to push this out so I can get that patch in before we have to leave here, though, in 45 minutes. So this is going to get uninteresting really fast right about now, unfortunately. This is going to take about a half an hour. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird day. I've got to download some form and fill it out, and we've got to go do that. And it's supposed to take a couple hours. Like, they're going to talk to us about a bunch of random stuff. I don't know. I'm against it from the start. I think we should just have sex and make babies and be happy. But rubella test sounds like a valid concern. I'm on board with that, I guess. Sounds like there's more to it than that, though, that I'm not being told. But we'll see. So I'm going to go do some things, get some prep. I got to patch, let's see, Linux and Windows, and then server for Linux and Windows. So that's 4 builds. Each build takes like 5 minutes. Then I have to upload them and turn them on, some things. So it'll take a minute. Hopefully that will fix the problem that you're running into, Turbo. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm pretty sure that that is what's going on. By your description, it wasn't loading it wasn't generating a new world properly. I think in the past, most people would create a world and then they'd use that world for their dedicated server after they'd like already built it, which is how I've always done it in the past too, I think. So we've never run into this. I'm sure some other people have run into it and just not understood, that they can come and ask me what's going on and I can try to fix it. So thank you very much for bringing that to my attention. So this will be up in like 30 minutes. And if you can download the latest beta patch, it'll be 0.7.1.8. Hopefully that should fix your issue. And if you can confirm that for me, that would be great. You could do so here on Discord or Steam, or I'll be back tomorrow you're on Twitch, so if you want to stop by again tomorrow on Twitch, let me know. That would be awesome. But I'm going to stop the stream here because I'm just going to be staring at the screen for a while. Oh, you're in Germany. Cool. Pretty close, yeah. Yeah, appreciate it. And if you run into anything else, just let me know. I'll look into it. Sorry for the delay on that. Hope it all works out. Yeah, good luck with the eye art. I'm just going to hang out here for a couple minutes in case anything else shows up in chat. Not sure. You're going to have to get one of those, have you ever seen those like full-size magnifying things? I used to work, my job before I quit was an aluminum foundry, and he wasn't president anymore. He gave up his presidency, but he was, the owner, I guess you'd call him, of the company. And he had just the worst eyesight in the world. Like he couldn't drive like 15 years ago. So he had like, he was pretty loaded because he had this big successful company that he ran. But it was like, ASON or A3 size, like double a normal letterhead size paper. He had just this giant magnifying glass that he would I think he looked down into that. He had another one that would like project up onto the wall. I think that was the main one actually. It was like, it would project like 5 or 6 words, like full-size screen onto the wall. Because his eyesight was just so bad. But he walked through the company every day. I don't know if he still does. He's probably like 90 now. I've been gone for 4 years now. He was 80. He was like 86 or something back then. But he still walked through the company every morning, said hi to everybody, went up and down the stairs, people kept telling him to knock it off. Like, dude, you don't have to climb the stairs to see us. We know. It's all good. But he was cool, dude. Old timer. Anyway, I'll shut the stream down here. Check out, and I'll check in again tomorrow. And I'm going to be gone for a few hours. Hopefully I'll be back before crazy hours at night, though, and I can continue working on the enchanted torches. Maybe I can present that tomorrow. Hopefully this patch will also go live. That's kind of why I've been pushing things separately in version control. I'm thinking to push all of this stuff live before I move on to the torches and building colors and some other things. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Sorry for the problems. Just let me know and I will jump on them like white on rice.